Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome back to the Alphabet, the ABC2 review series. Uh, G. We're on the letter G, and if you think that stands for anything other than Godzilla, well, then you need to leave the channel. Because, yes, tonight I had two choices: Godzilla versus Biollante or Godzilla minus one, and I chose the former. And we're talking about Godzilla vs. Biollante from 1989. So this confused me in a few ways. So I wanted to make sure this was the English dub, so I went on my phone. I found it on HBO Max. I have the DVD back there. I didn't watch the DVD. I know there's an English dub on there, but so I played it on HBO Max, and it starts talking in English. Okay, so then on my phone. So then I play it on the TV this morning as we get ready for work. All of a sudden, as I make my breakfast, they start speaking Japanese. I'm like, wait! They were speaking English a minute ago. And it's weird, because the beginning of this is news people speaking English. And then there's other people speaking English. And then they're just all speaking Japanese now. Except for a few other people from who are Americans or Saradians or whatever who speak English. And then the news reporters then just started speaking Japanese. It's confusing. I don't know. Apparently, this is the Japanese dub, which is the one that's on HBO Max. So, yes. And another confusion. As this started out with footage from the previous film, as I forgot that this was in the Heisei era of Godzilla films, which continued after the other. So, this is a direct follow-up to Godzilla 1985. Yes. So we see the events of that one. Godzilla was forced into a mountain after battling the Super X. So now we see in the aftermath, people are trying to steal Godzilla's cells and create their own, including an agent of Saradia who pops up here and there. I don't know. He's confusing. He just pops up here and there. I don't know. Saradia, a fictional country, by the way, not a real place. Should just call it Fakistan or something. I don't know. Fakistan. El Fakistan. Welcome to El Fakistan. Welcome to Pull It Out of My Assberg. Anyway, so we meet Dr. Shiragami and his daughter Erika, who are roaming around during this for some reason. And during this, Erika dies. And then we cut to 5 years later. And I went, so now we're in 1990? And I realized, actually, because I remembered, my brain clicked. It's like, hello, this happened. Oh, okay. I remember that Godzilla 85 was an Americanized version of Godzilla Returns from 1984. So it's actually 5 years after the events of the Returns movie, which took place in 1984. So it's 1989, which means everything is A-okay. So, yes, I have a candy cane. Probably shouldn't be talking to him. That was a bad idea, wasn't it? Stuck in my teeth. That don't taste good. Anyway, it's 5 years later. Dr. Shiragami has been working on an experiment he calls Biollante. Biollante, or Biollante, whatever they call it. And he combined Godzilla's DNA with some DNA of his daughter, Erica. Yeah, and there also the scientists have been working on a nuclear bacteria, which they say will help if Godzilla shows up again. That's the way to defeat, yes. So, we also meet Goro. No, not that Goro. He's like a secret agent dude for Japan, and he's there. He's a doctor, maybe, I don't know. He's So they want to get this bacteria, but also our friend from Seradia is also around trying to steal it. Yes. The General Goro? I don't know. Anyway. Eventually, tentacles start to creep up and attack people because it's Japan. They like tentacles. If you know what I mean. And that part of me saw this and went, really? No. Well, I should say that the idea for this creature was created by a fan. So, what exactly was the fan thinking of? I'm just saying. Anyway, this is Biollante. It's slowly growing, and the tentacles come out, and then it appears as a giant plant in the middle of the water. And it somehow finds a way to wake up Godzilla from the mountain that erupts. So now Godzilla is awake from his nappy pool. Godzilla fights this Biollante, this version of Biollante, and defeats it, basically, turning into dust as it goes up. But Dr. Shingaringaringa, Dr. Shiragami, says that it is immortal, so it cannot be defeated. It cannot die, it is immortal. Remember that for later, because, I don't know. Godzilla decides instead, hey, I can go back to my nap, or, you know what? Why not destroy Tokyo again? You know, that was fun the last time. So, just keep in mind, this is a new continuity, where, if I remember correctly, the Godzilla from Godzilla Returns is not the original Godzilla it's a direct sequel to the original Godzilla movie from the 1960s. 1965. And so, this is like a son of Godzilla, but not Minya or something. It's another Godzilla, not the same one, it's another one. So they only fought this one once, but he's like, I had fun last time destroying Tokyo when I did it again. But they use their laser devices to kind of redirect him towards Osaka, and they have to evacuate Osaka. Our hero of the Heisei era, Miki, is brought in to communicate with... I forgot about Miki. I'm like, oh, Miki! Right, I remember her. She's the psychic girl with the shining, or whatever. I watched too much Stephen King so far. Too much It, Welcome to Derry. She's got they call it psychokinesis, which is not the correct word. The correct word is telekinesis. My word is telepithis. She got the telepithis, and she has a telepithis battle with Godzilla, but Godzilla was able to knock her on her ass, and he's like, go back. Because like they try to stop him. First of all, they bring in this kid, Major Show, right? And he's gonna pilot this thing called the Super X2. Because they don't have any, And, this whole sequence where it gets ready to launch and the music's playing in the background, it just makes me think Super Sentai. That's dun 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 dun. Play. I don't know. Not Power Ranger because that's American. So it'll be Super Sentai in Japan. I don't know. It looks like something a ship they'd have on there, you know. But you know. So show's plan is that to predict where Godzilla's going to show up. So he goes to the bumfuck middle of nowhere with every single warship they have. And guess what? Godzilla's over here. Not over here where you are. He's that way as they track him with a giant ass G. So now they gotta turn around and go find him. And that's when Miki distracts him. But then she gets knocked on her ass. She's not much help. But she just sort of stands there for the rest of the movie. So I don't know. But yeah, so Godzilla's like, okay, I'll destroy Osaka then. I already got Tokyo. So Osaka it is. He starts destroying stuff. And so it becomes the humans versus Godzilla. So at one point they have this thing called the fire mirror, which I thought was Japanese speak for a, you know, like the thing that makes you the tracking computer or whatever. But no, it's actually is a fire mirror, which they used in the last one. And they try to use it here, but Godzilla's too smart and he blasts it. And then, for some reason, even though they say it doesn't work, Major Show is like, open the fire mirror. But it doesn't. Open it! They do it. And what a surprise, Godzilla fires and destroys it. Yeah. Their idea, I guess that's after this. Their idea then is to use the bacteria to affect Godzilla and effectively weaken it or kill it. It doesn't kill it. We'll get to that point right now. I'll get to that. It doesn't kill him, but it weakens him. So they use that. They shoot him 3 times. You go, poof, poof, and then just before his death, Goro shoots him in the mouth. I do like how he shot him twice. He's like, I do one more. And they're like, get out. And he's like, trying to do it. And as he's trying to put it in there, you just see Godzilla pop up. Like, hey, you shot me, asshole. And he's like, shoots him in the mouth. And then Godzilla just destroys the building. Rest in peace, Goro. Yes. And so, yeah. So now, they gotta wait for the bacteria to work, but it doesn't work because Godzilla is a cold-blooded creature. So because he runs cold, they need heat for the bacteria to work. Well, it's not going to work, except for, and they don't think this. He just came from a volcano. How is he not smoldering? Well, whoever wrote this, it's like. He just came from a volcano. How is he still not smoldering? He's cold. He's cold-blooded. I get it, but I don't know. And also, like, how many times does he fuck? It's been shown in many other movies that when he activates his heat blast, it heats up his entire body. For some reason, it doesn't do that here because the plot demands it. Or maybe they didn't do it yet in this part. I don't know. But he fires his blast a few times. I'm like, should that be enough? Should that be enough? No. Because we're basically just waiting in the water. Because, you know, hey, you're watching this, but you're thinking, hey, isn't this movie called Godzilla vs. Biollante? Yes. Because after trying to heat them up, they use these laser things. The TC machine, or TC something, where he steps on these things and they laser him, and they try to keep him, you know, in the area of it, TC device, and shooting electricity at him to zap him. And to do that, and then when they do that, and then Biollante's like, hey, I'm still alive, bitch. Oh, and I guess because the Biollante is created from the DNA of Erica, and it's the only other female creature besides Mothra. Female kaiju, I should say. Though Shiragami says they share the same DNA and are in fact the same creature. But Biollante's female because it's his daughter's DNA. So that makes no sense. And he's fused his daughter's DNA with Godzilla's DNA, and somehow the creature has the same DNA as Godzilla. That makes no sense. They're not father and daughter or brother and sister. They are the same. That doesn't make any sense. If she's female, she can't be the same thing. Sorry, that's not how genetics work, partner. You're a scientist, right? So now we get Godzilla versus Biollante Part 2, and Biollante is now the hideous creature that we have seen on the cover and everything, with the big mouth. Honestly, looks pretty good here. When he was fighting earlier, I'm like, is it really just a plant in the water? That's it? Godzilla looks pretty good too, I should say, but there's some composite shots people running where it's just like, okay, this is 1989, so I can give it a little leeway here, but I will say there is a part during here where Goro, I guess it's before all this, where Goro and another guy take care of the Tsunamia, whatever it was, agent. He's not dead. So Godzilla fights Biollante. And, it goes the way you go to fight, like, and then uses flames breath in her mouth, which is basically spitting in her mouth, to kill her. She goes, but remember, she's technically immortal, but no, she turns into the dust stuff again, and you see Erica's face, and then no, that is supposed to be the end. And then Godzilla's like, you know what? No, take that. Falls in the water. Because the bacteria has now taken effect because he's heated up enough. So he's like, nap time. Falls in the water. So then so I'm like, okay, so it's done, right? No, we got more human shit. So all of a sudden, Dr. Shiragami gets shot, deed, and another guy chases after. It turns out it's our Sudamian, whatever the place is, Sudamia. It's the agent guy who shot him because he's not dead yet. So they chase him onto the TC field, and he's standing on top of this thing that was just electrifying Godzilla. And all of a sudden, he gets zapped. And we cut back to the control, and it's Major Show who pushed the button. He's standing there like, I'm a badass. No, you're a dumbass through this entire movie. Why do you think we never see him again until Godzilla versus Destoroyah? And there, he's just a pilot. Because he's stupid, that's why. Go to the middle of nowhere thinking Godzilla's just going to show up. Come on now. And if you think it's over, not yet. Godzilla pops out of the water and say, hey, not dead. But you know what? Tired as hell. So I'm going to go into the ocean, into the Wawa, and I'm going to go night-night, and I'll come back some other time and destroy Tokyo again. Okay? Call me in a couple more years. I hear Ghidorah's going to show up. Just call me when that happens, all right? Peace. And he swims into the water, and the movie ends. Yeah, the next one was King Ghidorah. Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. The time travel one. Which I like. I also like this one. I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good. I know a lot of people kind of sour on this one, but I kind of like it. I had fun with it. And Reading the Japanese also wasn't too bad. Of course, I was on my phone in the van, made it easier. This morning before work was a little hard to try to read it, but like I said when I watched that Coffin Joe movie, I was able to follow it sitting here. So maybe in the future, more foreign movies that aren't in English might be easier for me to do that way. Who knows? But yeah. So, what are your thoughts on Godzilla versus Biollante? New comes so much, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one. Like Godzilla, I'm also going to take a nap, but I'm not going to destroy Tokyo afterwards. Maybe the toilet. I don't know.